Well, howdy friends. It's good to see you again. It has been a while. I haven't really spent a whole lot of time out here in the wood yard other than keeping the grass mowed, and the weed eater ran around the wood racks pretty much all summer. I tried to pan across in the opening of the video and kind of show you, and I'm kind of out here wandering around right now. We're still sitting pretty good on firewood. Most of you that have watched in the past know I'm a guy that has absolutely no desire to sell firewood. I do this because I enjoy it. I enjoy cutting and splitting and hauling and everything involved with firewood. But many of you that do follow along with the channel know a couple years ago we bought a new wood stove for the house, and it literally uses a fraction of the firewood to heat our house as our old woodland stove did. And so currently I'm still sitting on something, if I had to guess, I'm gonna say somewhere either 2 or 3 winters worth of firewood is still sitting here. And I just decided to take the summer off. We had lots of other stuff going on. Some of you that do follow the channel may have noticed a video or a short I posted back in the spring. We were working some ground up out on the back side of the woods. We decided to get back into doing a big garden here at the house, which is something we haven't done a lot of for many years. We used to do a pretty good sized garden here at the house when my daughter was really small, and as she got involved in more and more things at school, that just kind of fell away. It was hard to do it with us coming and going, so we went to doing smaller gardens, using the flower beds and some of the other spots up closer to the house. I took a few, I had acquired a few old water tanks for watering livestock that we'd turned into some garden boxes, and we basically have just been using that for the last many years as our gardening. But we got the hankering to get back into doing some big gardening, so we put a pretty big garden in out back, and that took up a lot of time, but it was good time. It was good time with me and my wife. Spent a lot of time out there together, which was really good. But the downside to taking the summer off, even for somebody like me that's not selling firewood, just using it for heat, a lot of you guys might remember my trash cans that I poked the holes in and used for my kindling. Those, since I didn't split wood all summer, my kindling barrels are pretty much empty. As we've been burning for, I'll say next week or by Thanksgiving, it'll be right about a month that we've been burning. And this time of the year, we go through a lot of kindling. We don't burn the stove all day, every day. We usually just light it in the evenings and get it going. And so sometimes we're lighting the stove once a day. Sometimes we might even have to start a fire twice a day, where we might get a fire going in the morning, get the house up to temperature, and then not reload the stove till evening. So then in the evening we got to start another fire. We just burned up more kindling. And since all the kindling I use is basically the noodles from ripping rounds into before I put them on the splitter, and the slash that comes off of the log splitter, I don't have any. What I did have, we have officially almost completely depleted at this point. And since the temperatures are still bouncing up and down, You know, getting down to freezing at night, upper 20s some evenings. You know, and then like today, it's, I don't know, it's pushing 50, and the sun's out. So like today, I've been trying to actually keep a fire going today, just so I didn't have to keep it going, or didn't have to relight it this evening, since I've been home most of the day. But my plan for today is to take some of this wood that's over here. What's laying there on this rack is mainly cherry and maple. And so I'm just gonna go grab the John Deere and drag the old log splitter over here and start knocking some of that stuff down into kindling, and try to get at least one of my kindling barrels refilled. Well, there we go. I wound up filling up 2 of the barrels with kindling, and then, I don't know if you can see it, like corner of the bucket there, I put a small pile in the corner of the bucket. I'll take it on up to the house directly, and I'll put in a little video clip here. I set those pieces of firewood on my work table on the side of my log splitter to show you. Some of you may remember I added this piece of expanded metal to the top of my work table. That's the factory work table on my log splitter, and the idea behind that was to put some texture on it and hopefully keep wood from vibrating off. Little update on that, as you can see, them small pieces of maple, them things vibrate, slide off, they go everywhere. For those little pieces like that, it doesn't work the best, especially like right now. I don't know if you can tell in the video, the log splitter's also sitting at a little bit of a cant, and It's not perfectly flat, so that makes it even worse. On flat ground, it does a little better with those size pieces. But for what where I notice it being the most beneficial has definitely been when I'm knocking down the big rounds and working them into firewood splits. It works great for that. I haven't had any of them fall off, and I think it's more of a weight issue than anything else. Especially like this stuff is really dry, and it's pretty small splits, as you probably noticed. It slides all over the place on there. If you get enough of it stacked up, it's not too bad. If you got big, thin, flat slabs, that stays pretty good. But when you get them worked down into firewood pieces, it ain't any better than it was when the table was smooth. But like I said, when you're splitting up your rounds, working them down into firewood, those pieces have enough weight to them. It digs in a little bit and keeps a hold, especially if they still have bark on it. Like the oak and the hickory both. You get that on here, it's got some pretty coarse bark on it. That stuff grabs onto that expanded metal and it doesn't move around at all. But anyways, that's all I got, folks. I appreciate you hanging out with me for a bit. Like I said at the beginning, it's good to see you. It felt good to be back out here in the woodyard. I have definitely missed it. Like I said, I do really enjoy doing this. But it was nice for a break too. So anyways, until we see you again, take care.